okay? At any time, guys.
You're doing it.
Starting.
No,
You
you're
see,
doing
we
it.
don't know what we're doing when we're not sitting beside each other. That's the trouble.
This is strange, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it is very different. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Paddy Jud and our special guest this evening, our own, our favorite, your favorite, the one and only Mikey Newman.
Yay!
Thank you, guys.
Really nice to see you here, pal.
Nice to be here.
No.
Right. We usually get a few minutes at the beginning of this to talk about what we're going to talk about, but to be honest, we were so busy blabbing on about Mikey's new purchases, my new purchases, Stephen's new purchases, and God knows, and also my ongoing contagious plague status. It's we never got actually figuring out what the hell we're going to talk about or do tonight. So Stephen, what are we? What?
Have I bought me knives in the last week?
Yeah, I mean, it's a week, isn't it?
I've no idea. What have I bought? I can't. No idea whether I bought anything or not.
Well, tell you what, given the fact that you haven't a clue what you've bought this week, and more to the point, you haven't a clue what you did an hour ago, let's go over to Mikey, because Mikey, we all know, and everybody in the chat already knows, that Mikey is bound to have bought something today. Or if not today, this week. I mean, I know it's only Thursday, but I mean that's a full buying week for Mikey. So Mikey, we're gonna wait a wee while until everybody gets in. We've only got about 13 people in the chat at the minute, so we're gonna wait until everybody gets in. And at the minute, we can say hello to EDC, Tony's Ponies, Ghost Malone. Ghost, what up? Ghost, you haven't said anything about coming back about doing your giveaway or whatever it was. So drop me a bell. Splitting slices is in, Spiros is in, Gizmo's in, and that should probably cover everybody that we've got. But I'm sure we'll be getting a few more as we're going. And Stephen has just had a revelation in that he's remembered what he bought this week.
One that I bought. I must have bought another one.
You must have bought something somewhere.
Yes, I did buy another one. Yeah.
Yep.
There's two.
Are you sure it was this week and it wasn't like the week there was in 1962?
Shut off.
Shut up.
Lovely TC Barlow number 14.
Oh, yeah.
And then I bought this big whacking chunk of the thing.
How would you forget about those?
Look at that. What a big whacking there. I don't even like them, but I just had to have one.
Well, it goes nicely with the other ones that you've got now.
Yeah, because I got Beth's one because it was Beth's one, and now I've got another two from them, so I've got three of them.
Have you got all three there so we can do a compare and contrast?
Well, yeah, I thought you were going to go on to Mikey there, but
well, we'll give Mikey a chance. He's here all evening.
Why not? Well,
right, you're front and center, mate. So you better get your knives out fast.
I don't know where my knives are. Oh, here they are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know where you showed you that we. Yeah. Okay. Well, it all started with young Beth, and she started making knives as part of her apprenticeship, and she made me this beautiful one. That's her little crest, and it just says Beth on it, and it is fantastic looking. Really lovely. And olive wood. Absolutely adore it. So well made. You know, she is going to be a star of the future, if not the present. But she's still got a bit left to do in an apprenticeship, and while she's doing that, she's still under contract to work, if you like. So I don't think we'll be making too many knives maybe this year or most of this year. But I absolutely adore that.
I love her maker's mark. Can you focus in on the maker's mark there that she's got, because it's such a lovely stamp.
It is absolutely beautiful. You tell me when you can see it.
There it is. Well, it's a wee bit fuzzy, but you can make out the Beth. Yeah. And then again, the fuzziness might be my eyesight, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And then after that, I thought, well, I may as well have this because I don't have one of these in Arthur, right? So I bought one of these
Etrics.
A what?
Etric.
Ettrick, that's the chappie. I knew that it was coming. I bought this Ettrick, which is the most weird-looking knife. Now, if you were whittling, it's a great little pulling knife. You know, really lovely, but very odd. But I had Beth, so I thought I need a couple to make it look good as a part of a collection. And then I went, "Buck, nah, this is another late night in the middle of the night," and I'm sitting going, "Oh yeah, I'll just get it." And this ended up at the house. So this is a beautiful. This is an Arthur Wright. So it's just, I love this pommel on the back of it, though.
That is substantial. How much does that weigh? Is it heavy in hand?
No, it's because it's stag, so it's not. You know, it's not going to be that heavy anyway. But I'll weigh it. I would say about 4, maybe. Can't get it apart, Justin. It's broke. Oh, here we go. Now, well, let's see what Beth's weighs first, shall we? Beth's weighs 1.9.
Uh-huh.
And the big baby weighs, 3.6, so it's not that heavy at all.
Yeah, but it's still substantially bigger than Beth.
Oh, very much so. I mean, the difference is astronomical when you put them side by side. Oh, there you go.
That's a big blade.
Uh-huh.
So do you think that'll do you, Stephen, or are you going to do your usual 5 thingy with the hook blades?
You know, at the minute I'm not looking for any more, but if anything that comes up that's maybe really old, I might get that and make up the 5. Once I get to the 5, definitely no more. It'll just be collection.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
Mikey, do you have a set number of knives?
Somewhere between 500 and 1,000. No.
Yeah, I have a wee rule that when I'm doing knives that are maybe not particularly.
You got to get to 5, didn't you?
Yeah, it's 5 is a wee set of 5.
Yeah, mine's just get all the pretty
Mikey
colours.
if he's got a rule.
I have no rules.
But I was really pleased to get this. Now I don't know we trade for this.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me zoom in on you there. Very nice. Is that a 15?
It's a saw cut bone, which is really well done because the saw cut before these was terrible. You could hardly see it. Now it was a user, and I traded one of my users for this.
Very nice.
Although I traded one of my really, really good users. Being as this is only a 14.
Yeah. I thought you already had one of those though.
I've had so many 14s and I keep buying them and then selling them again because I end up not using them because they're just a bit too small.
All right.
You know, but I just thought, I seen it and I thought, well, I think me and the fellow were trying to go for something else and it didn't work out for him, but he really wanted the knife I had. And so I've done a swap with this one for him and he had the one that I really
it goes nicely with your sort of trademarked or branded Barlows, doesn't it?
Sorry,
on the bolsters.
It goes nicely with the branded bolstered Barlows, yeah.
And, I mean, GEC have only do 4 that have got writing on the bolsters. You have, well, they don't do 4. It's actually, this is the big 86. Then you have the 77, which is a Northfield. Then you have the 15, which is the Tidiout, and then you have the 14. And they're
hold them up a bit, Stephen. Oh,
they're all gradually coming down in size by just a little bit, except the 14. The 14 comes down quite a lot, but these 3, there's very little between them going up. But I love that set.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
I love that. I've done a wee video Tuesday, I think, where I showed my GEC Barlows. Not that you watch my videos, I keep saying that. You know, I have to keep saying that. Yeah.
Shut up! I saw this morning's nonsense about.
We watch your videos, of course we do.
Yeah.
Oh my! What do you mean nonsense? That was a lovely wee collection of
Fidget. Oh no, but I mean, you were gibbering on for 22 minutes, Stephen, for crying out loud. It's more than mortal man can bear.
I do go on a bit, don't I? My wife for 28 years has said the same thing, and I don't believe her either.
Oh dear. No, but it's no. I did see the one in your Barlow's, and it's but it's always nice to see that wee collection in that drawer get a little bit more extensive each time. So, and you're the look on your face every time you get a new branded bolstered Barlow is or BBB as we'll start calling them now. It's like a kid at Christmas, Mikey. It's ridiculous. Or actually, it's like Mikey every time it's NKD every time it's New Knife Day, which is every day as far as I could tell.
Not every day.
You always tell when Mikey's coming on with a new knife because the feed blows up from the what do you call that thing you're in?
Discord.
Discord, that's the chap, yeah. Still can't work the bloody thing.
It's not a question of working it, Stephen. It's just a question of being in it.
Did you see my grandson came around on Sunday? He promised me on Christmas Day when he had his first day off in the new year, he would come around and teach me how to do putting the like, subscribe and all coming up on your feed. So
I loved his high tech solution. That was awesome.
Yeah, he came around, spent 2 hours of his life. He'll never get back again, and I got nowhere. So I developed the high tech solution.
Marvelous. If it works, it works.
I used to do that at the beginning of my channel. I used to have write names all over and put them on my
post-it notes everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, Stephen, enough about your purchases.
Well, hang on a second. Before we get to Mikey, what did you buy this week?
Well, I haven't got it yet, but I felt bad.
You've got a picture.
I was saying to Mikey earlier, and I said to Stephen just before Christmas, I've been going through something of a dry spell because I just couldn't really see anything that was tickling my fancy. And I'm sure everybody's been in the same kind of doldrum. You know, that moment where you suddenly realize that you've got more money burning a hole in your pocket because you're not spending it all on bloody knives. When you can actually eat properly because you've got more money to spend on stuff
you can put the lights on,
spending it on, that kind of thing. Those moments when you're not obsessing over sharp stuff. I don't know if the rest of you ever have moments like this. I don't know.
You're having moments where you've got money you haven't spent.
I know, Stephen.
I'm waiting for that moment.
It's madness, Stephen. What can I tell you? It's craziness. But in saying that, I felt bad about coming on today, and because Mikey is an inspiration to all of us at the best of times. I mean, I said at least I said inspiration, Mikey. You didn't say enabler.
To be fair.
Or even pusher, which is probably the closer thing to
pusher.
Well, no, that Matt Sawyer has that honor. He's the one who keeps on saying, buy it. Yeah. It's almost like he's here, isn't it? Right? Yeah. No, I went on looking, and I've bought the. I can't even remember the name of it. What was it? The Mallory Designs Forest.
Yeah.
Which is a really lovely locker, and I just like the shape of it because I've been talking to Mikey earlier in the week, and the only knife that was sort of tickling my fancy or even was the Para 3, but at the same time it was sort of it's such a norm knife, and I thought, and then I saw this thing, the Forest, come up, and it looked a wee bit unusual, so it was. I'm looking forward to get it. I'll keep it till next week to show it to everybody next week, and hopefully I'll have it by Saturday. But we should be able to see it next week. Yeah, I've at least broken through that dry spell, and I've bought something.
It really is a lovely, I don't know, sort of natural handle, and the blade just flows with it. It's a gorgeous knife, and I mean, for what you're getting, you're not paying a hell of a lot of money for.
Yeah, because it's S35 VN, and it's a lovely action, beautiful design.
That's a great still. I love that still.
Yeah. I just got an S45 VN. What did I get with S45 VN? And I have to. What did I get with the S45? Jeez, I
what
don't
did
know.
You get? While you're thinking, what I'll do is I'll show everybody what I got. There it is. There. Boom. Pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that. That's lovely.
Isn't that nice? I was well impressed.
Really pretty.
So a little bit unusual, a little bit out of the ordinary. But I was looking for something with a wee bit of fidget factor, and it seems to have a good bit of fidget factor that'll keep me satisfied for a wee while, if nothing else. Yeah, and also it takes the bad look out of off Mikey.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Mikey go through his knives. Would you mind, Justin, if you can? Would you look up that Canadian dealer that I was speaking to last night?
Yeah, sure. What's his name?
It's it's all in smalls, _Iron_Joe. And maybe after Mikey, we could have a look at that wee clip that he has on the first knife that's on there. To me, it's just I haven't been this excited since Jack Wolf started, and that's the truth.
Right.
The Iron Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. All I'm getting is meerkats.
Simple as.
Did you have a look at it, Mikey? Or
not yet? No. No.
Well, that's what it says. Instagram is.
Was that on Insta?
Yeah. You can type. Well, I think I typed his name in. It didn't work. You can type his name in, which is Joe.
No, I've got him. Him. Joe the Iron. Okay, so we can have a look at him later.
Right. There's the first he makes all the same pattern, just maybe subtle differences to the handle or whatever. But they're just the blade on them is exciting. But anyhow, Mikey Newman, give us a wee quick run through and let us see what you bought. Because I don't believe Justin anymore. I think he's lying. I don't think he's bought anything.
Well, it got to Christmas, and I thought, right, I'm going to take it easy. Maybe not buy too much in 2024. It got to the 4th of January, and I hadn't bought anything. And now it's now the 11th of January, and I've got 11 new knives.
That's my boy. That's my boy. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud.
I wasn't going mad at first, and these two popped up on Facebook, and they were really, really cheap. So there's a large, well-used case trapper.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah. You have a serious case itch, though, don't you? Oh, you need to scratch.
And with it was a little single-bladed sack, Alox sack.
I love them knives.
And these two shipped, I think they're about £35 for the pair.
Oh,
brilliant.
So I thought that would do me. I'll grab those, clean them up, and they're both really nice.
You know, I realized the other day I only have one trapper. I have one big trapper and one small trapper in my collection.
Well, you need 3 more then to get to 5, don't you? 3 more trappers.
The other one is the case.
Yeah.
Neither of the two in a case. I've got a Rough Rider one, and I've got a case one. Yeah, the case small one.
I've probably got about 5 or 6
Rough Rider one. The Rough Rider trapper is a great wee yoke. I have to say, it's great. It's not a knife I use or carry at all, really. But I do like.
Is that the one?
Nice pattern.
Is that the one with the micarta handles?
Yeah, it's the green micarta.
It's lovely. That's a lovely trapper.
It's a fantastic trapper, and it cost me less than 20 quid. You know, so
that's probably my favourite Rough Rider. I think
it's a fantastic wee knife. It really is. So the trapper and the solo, that was on the 4th of January, was it?
Yeah. That's when it started, and I thought, right, I'm just going to stay there. That's too nice. I'll just leave it there, and then this appeared.
Oh, is that the crew wear?
Yeah, this is a crew wear micarta PM2. And it was a cracking deal, and I thought, well, I kind of got talked into this by some friends, one friend in particular, but yeah, so I thought, right, it's a new year, and I'll get a nice new Spyderco. So
very nice.
I purchased that, and it is nice. It's really nice. Great scales on it. It ain't no party without Mikey. Cheers, Elan. And so I bought that, and
before you put that monster away, talk us through that one. You're saying it's micarta handles and crew wear
and full liners. This one's got like the full liners on it, because of the micarta.
Yeah.
So it's got a fair bit of weight to it. Crew wear steel, which is the first time that I've had them crew wear, and it's like razor sharp.
Very nice.
And I might put a bit of oil just on the scales, just so it goes a bit darker.
Yeah, just to darken it down a wee bit. Yeah. What's the action on it?
Brilliant.
Very sweet. Oh.
You can spider flick it.
One day you'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's really nice. I was really pleased with that, and I thought that's great. I've got a high-end Spyderco now.
Yeah.
I don't need any more, do I?
What was it about the PM2? Rather than
The size of it.
I know I'd asked you before.
The size of it. I prefer the Buck 110 over the Buck 112.
Yeah.
And I prefer the PM2 over the PM3 because of the size of it, I think.
Fair enough.
So I thought that's great. I've got one there, so I won't need to get another one, will I? 1 day later.
1 day?
1 day later, this one appeared, and it was an even better price.
Mikey, what I'm going to actually ask, I don't want you to talk me through the knife this time. What I want you to talk me through, just consider me a friend and a colleague, and perhaps a therapist if you want. Talk me through your thinking on that.
So that looks nice. I shall buy it.
Perfect.
I mean, what other reason do you need?
Well, once you've bought one, one is none, apparently.
And 2 is 1, exactly.
1 is none and 2 is none, and you might as well have 17, and then you've got 1.
Oh, well, at least we've identified the number, Stephen. 17 is probably the magic number. That's just based on his Junesies.
Oh, yeah, Junesies, 17.
Yeah. Well, so where did this one come from?
This was on the Spyderco page on Facebook.
Oh, very nice. Good deal again?
Yeah, really good deal. Again, it was new. PM2 with S30V blacked out blade.
Very nice. I like that one. That's very cool.
And it's got a glow-in-the-dark backspacer on it as well, which is quite cool.
Sweet. Yeah, you were showing us that earlier. They're very nice.
Yeah. So
is that enough PM2s then?
That's enough PM2s, I think. Yeah. So then what happened? Then this appeared on the very same page a day later in the evening time. Manix 2. It's a Manix 2. It's the St. Nick's limited edition exclusive.
I love the colours on that.
I like the colours.
What's the blade steel on that one?
CPM 4V.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
get that out in the woods and baton with the bloody thing.
It should stay nice and sharp. What we got there, Judd?
Same at Max 2, but this is the cheap version of it because this is just the BD1N or the CTS BD1. But this is the cheap. I love this thing. I have to say, I think just in hand, the Manix 2 is a class knife. The only thing I don't like about it is it's the lightweight version.
Yeah, mine is. Yeah, with that lightweight pocket clip.
Yeah, I don't mind the wire pocket clips at all. I quite like them. But
but your hand doesn't come down that far to the tip of them.
Say again?
Your hand doesn't come down as far as the tip of the pocket clip, does it?
Not particularly.
No,
I like the finger choil though. Like the finger choil is good as well.
I know. Being able to choke up on it is fantastic. It's a great knife.
Jimped on the back as well, so yeah, you can really get on there.
I think I may have missed a point here, but what was that, Stephen? You being funny again?
I think you absolutely missed it. I said,
I'm sick. Leave me alone.
When you hold it, your hand doesn't come down as far as the clip.
That's because it's a big knife.
Yeah, it's quite a big one, isn't it? Manix 2.
Yeah, the Manix 2 is seriously oversized, I have to say, but it's a great design and knife.
And
Love it.
I think I've got a small Jester that was also in like the same colours. So that was part of the reason not like to get the Manix 2, I think. So I had a pair, matching pair of
I think the Jester is a lovely little knife. I like all the Spyderco tiny knives.
It's a smashing little knife, and that's also in CPM 4V as well. Yeah.
I had a man bug for years, and honestly, it was probably the most used knife I had in my collection at the time. It was so handy.
I think you do use the smaller knives more, don't you? Because it's just an everyday knife. You can like carry it. People don't go, "Oh, he's got a knife," you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
nice. So that was all then. That was yeah. I mean, you were lulling us into like some kind of excitement. 11 knives. That's just 3, Maggie. That's just 3.
that was 5 with the.
Oh, that's 5. Yes, the case in the Swiss Army. Yes, that's
and then
5.
And then the nice gentleman who had the Manix also had this.
Oh, so you couldn't walk past the both of them. You had to take
Well,
them as a package.
He sent me a really nice message saying, "Would you be interested in a Sage 5?"
Love that color on the handle. It is beautiful.
I think yes, a mint color. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. But that's not the. Is that the fully lined one, or is it the lightweight version again?
It's the lightweight version, but it's got the larger clip on it.
Yeah, it does indeed.
This is the lightweight one, and this is in what's this in M4? M4 still. And so that's my first Sage 5 lightweight, and it's awesome. Great little knife.
The Sage 5 was a perfect size. It really was a good size.
I think it's the blade shape as well. It's a spear point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so slicey. It is so incredibly slicey.
And you don't have a higher ramp on the big O. On the
Yes.
hole, you don't have a really big steep ramp. It just gradually goes up and then comes down again.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
lovely
right.
action there.
Yeah. But again, so I was like, oh, that's nice. A nice knife. And now I've got 4 Spydercos in 3 days.
Impressive. I have a sneaking suspicion you haven't finished yet.
Well, when the very nice man who sold me this and the previous one then took advantage of me and sold me another one.
He took advantage of you. What did he find you with your trousers down or something? Is that what happened?
And he said, "I've got this other Sage 5 lightweight that you might really like that you just brought over from the States, I think." And it's in Maximate still.
Yeah. Stephen and I had the Sage in Maximate. Wasn't it the Sage 1 we had, Stephen?
Yeah, it was.
And I really wanted Maximate. I really wanted to like try it out because I've heard it stays sharp for a long time.
It does.
And I was in love with that Sage 5, and I thought, oh, it's another Sage 5. It can't be bad. And,
no. I mean, as you said, one is none.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I've got 2 of those as well.
The thing that gets me though is that the Sage comes in, as the name would seem to suggest, 5 different variations, and you got 2 of the same variations just with different steels. I mean, you could have gone for a Sage 1 or a Sage 2 or a Sage 3 or a Sage 4.
But the chap only had Sage 5s.
And it's what the chap has, isn't it? When it comes down,
you can only buy what's there, can't you? You can only buy what is there on the table at the time. You can't, have you got that one? No, sorry, sir. So,
Yeah, well, I suppose I'm just delighted that you've been getting these. I'm assuming they were really good prices, Mikey.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Do you have any of the slippies, the UKPK?
Not here. No, I've got one. I've got a UKPK.
Nice knife.
Yeah, really nice knife.
Spyderco knife.
This is the truth. So what are we up to? Is that 7?
That's 7, yes. So then on the Benchmade page,
Holy Moses.
This beauty came up.
Oh, that's nice.
I really want
that. And this is a 2022 Shop Show Special Edition. So it's in crew wear, which is quite a good still for Benchmade. And I thought, that's really nice. I've always wanted one of these. I'm going to buy it because I'm on a roll. So, Adamus, yeah.
I can't see you having that for long. I'm going to tease that one away from you.
I don't know. You know, it's really nice, really good.
Yeah, don't need to sell it to me. I'm going to buy it.
As opposed to just steal it. Now, on the same day, whilst I was at work, literally about an hour after I'd paid for that one, somebody put an ad up on Facebook, and it was this.
No, why does that look familiar? Why does it not look familiar, Mikey?
I don't know. Somebody put an ad up, and I sent them a message about it, and got it for a really good price. I couldn't say no. I couldn't.
Was that the guy
who
was basically saying that it was too much knife for him?
I think so.
Yeah, it was just too much knife.
It was just too big for me.
When you go size-wise, it's a bit of a beast.
It is bloody enormous, isn't it?
Yeah. But it is a beautiful knife. I mean, don't get me. It is beautiful.
No, it's stunning. It's one that I've wanted for a long time, and it's really, really well made, really put together.
But I find it unusual for the Benchmades that I've seen, in that it's actually there is a beautiful quality to it. Everything about it is really, really pretty.
Yeah,
you know?
It feels a bit more.
Knives tend to be very functional.
Yeah, it's just got a bit more to it. I think the wood helps as well. But the action on it's amazing. It feels great. It's a really, really. I mean, I really wanted one, but I wasn't going to pay £260 for one. And then.
You're trying to tell me that he didn't charge you £260 for that?
No, he charged me a lot less.
What the hell? I mean, I'm supposed to be getting friend and family. He must be making up what he's losing on you, off me.
Hopefully, that seems like a nice plan.
Fingers crossed.
And this came in the same package as the Benchmade Crooked River.
Look at that. They are just knocking them out of the ballpark at the minute.
This is going to be a Marmite knife, isn't it? Really, because of the shape and stuff. But I really like this. I really do.
It really is, because it's the only one so far that I haven't really just been drawn to at all. I'm not a great lover of the swayback, and that's a wee bit too much for me. It's quite a swoop on that one, but it's made perfectly well. You just have to like it, and there's the fit and finish. The finish is stunning. Colored scales I've ever seen. The them scales is beautiful.
Yeah, they are really nice. It's got a lovely snap on it as well.
I'm getting really excited because they're just starting to put last year's and the year before knives up for sale on their site. There's 20% off all their knives, and they're getting ready for this year's stock to come in. I cannot flip it wait to see what it's going to be.
I'd really like to try their clip point Barlow. Is it the Lusahatchee?
Yeah.
Oh, the one with the dragon scales or deer free?
Yeah. They
call that just a jackknife.
I got that one, the Beaver Creek one, before Christmas because I'd been jonesing for one of them.
That Beaver Creek seems to be most people's knife of the year so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a cracking knife.
That's the one you're thinking of, isn't it? With a clip point.
That's the one. That's the one. I didn't think there was any over here yet.
Oh yes. There's that one. My knife for the year was this one of theirs.
The kayak.
The kayak. I just adored this little knife.
I'm glad somebody else does. I think that's an awesome knife.
It was my knife of the year, and then there was another 4 people came after me that had their knife of the year as well. I love this knife. It's beautiful.
But you got to love a knife that splits opinion like that, because it was Mikey's 100% right. It was one of those ones that really was the Marmite of knives this year. You either loved it, because Slippy and Matt Slip Joint,
they're not
Slippy
fans of it, are they?
I mean, they're usually wrong, but I mean, because I mean, if Matt has an opinion, it's because TK beats it out of him. But it's one of those things, you know. But honestly, God, they're never going to forgive me for this line.
TK beats it out of him.
This falls straight back into that line of that crooked river, the big crooked river. If a knife isn't splitting people down the middle and getting conversation going, the design's crap. Do you know what I mean? Or the design is bland. You have to have
people. If people don't talk about it, then it's going to be a boring knife, isn't it?
Jack Wolf knives. I mean, they split people down the center. Not so much now after a year and a half, but in the beginning, I'm never paying that for that. And the amount of people that have now bought them saying they'd never do it is great.
I was one of those. I said, I'm not going to pay £275 for a Chinese slip joint. And then I held one at Sharp Show, and I was like, oh God, this is quite good. This is rather nice.
I said the same thing, and now six Jack Wolf knives later, it's
six later, yeah. And the final one is the one that turned up today, which is a Para 3.
Ooh, so you did get a Para 3. This is the one that came today.
I did get a Para 3. Yeah, it's not.
Hold on a second. Let me blow that up, because that's the one I want to have a look at. Another lightweight.
It is a lightweight.
Yeah. So is that another one of the Saint Nick's, or no? It's because it's not blacked out, is
it? It's a DLT one, I believe, but it's not got the original blade on it.
Ah.
This is why I think nobody went for it. This has got an S30V blade on it, and it should have had a black M390.
Right.
So the guy had used the blade for something else. The knife was like brand new, and he put a brand new blade on it as well. And he made a silver-bladed Para 3.
So it's unusual, anyway.
Well, yeah, it's brand. It is brand spanking new. It's just that the blade wasn't the original blade, or the handle wasn't the original handle, and that. So it was cheap. It was really, really cheap. So I thought, well, I've started, so I might as well carry on.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's too cheap not to.
What's Paddy waving at us?
Do you like that one? Lawman. That's the American Lawman.
Is that in S35? Is it?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. American Lawman. With the triad lock, it was a
triad lock, yeah. Super lock on those, yeah. Really, really good.
Nice deep knife as well. Big hands for you.
for big steaks.
Yeah. That would be a great strop for the Para 3 because you don't like them.
Now I know where he's going. There's always an angle somewhere.
Yeah, have to.
But I thought it was this one, Steve.
Tell me this, Mikey, hang on, before you go on, come back to the Para 3. To the Para 3. So, given your preferences for the Buck 110, 112.
Yeah.
So, haven't got, is that the first Para 3 you've had in hand, or is it one of many?
First one.
So, how does it compare to the Para 2?
I find it really comfortable. but quite small for my hand. I don't know why.
It doesn't look comfortable now.
No, it doesn't, does it? Not, not when
Mikey,
you get.
just remember who your real friends are. All right.
See, I think I've just got more grip on the Para 2. There's a lot more meat there.
Yeah, you see,
It's still great.
That's a much better grip on that hinderer.
Yeah.
That would go really well with them two knives. Do you know what I mean? You could have a hinderer for them two knives.
Nice one, Sean.
I don't know what Sean is talking about, but honestly, Mikey,
Sean's my dad, by the way. Sean's my dad. Yeah. I don't take him out often.
It has to be true. It's wrote on his head.
There's Baron saying that he's loving that American lawman.
Yeah.
It's a beast of a knife. It is a beast of a knife. Yeah.
A nice knife. It's not that big actually. The handle's big, but the blade isn't. So the ratio, if you look at them, the ratio isn't sort of. You've got a much longer handle, which gives you such comfort when whether you're up.
Ghost has got a good look. Hated the Para 3, but the PM2 is one of my top 3 favourite knives of all time. Yeah. Good man.
A lot of people, and it's another knife that splits people between the 2 and the 3 now.
Absolutely, yeah.
When I first came around, everybody wanted a Para 2. There was a stage in the beginning where they couldn't make Para 2s quick enough. They were selling them, they were flying off the shelves. It was just.
Well, the first one, I think the first one was just called the military, and that was even bigger.
Military, yeah.
Yeah.
Much bigger. But when the Para 2 came out, just everybody wanted it, and it went on for years. They had to, because they make a lot of other knives as well, but they just had to make so many of the Para 2s. Their schedules all went, and people were paying silly money for them.
Yeah, I think my favourite Spyderco is probably the Shaman.
Oh, I love a Shaman. You were telling me it's a huge knife, though, Mike, weren't you?
It is a big knife.
It's quite a big. Yeah. It's a big knife. Yeah, it is a big knife, but it's really comfortable. Really comfortable. Yeah, nice knife.
My favourite's the Chaparral, I have to say, because it's perfect for tiny little hobbit hands. But you could. How many of you
don't know anyone who's got one of those. I don't know anyone who's got a Chaparral.
How many have you got?
I've got 2 that are identical.
You see. And this isn't a problem?
No, because one gets used and one stays in the drawer.
You don't collect doubles so that you can trade, or if you do collect doubles, then at least have the decency to trade them. Maybe I should start to sell a few or trade a few off, maybe.
Somehow I can't see that day is anywhere near yet.
No.
And it does. After a while, it gets really hard to get rid of knives. I find it incredibly difficult. It took me so long to make up my mind. Right, I'm going to do this, and everything I had in my body to actually do it.
Well, I kind of set my sights on a knife that I want. Like I wanted a Crooked River for maybe 2 or 3 years. Obviously price, I mean, my sweet spot's probably up around £200. I don't really want to pay much more than that for a knife. So when that one came up at 50p, I just jumped at it.
Yeah, you got me on a good day.
I don't want to know what he had to do to get that knife off you, Stephen, honestly.
No, to be honest with you, I done a trade for that knife, so it wasn't really being over generous. That was about what in the trade, that was somewhere about what it was. So there's no point asking for any more than what you got, really.
No, it's true.
Somebody there that likes the bird's eye, Michael, Chaparral.
You got 2 of them, haven't you?
Possibly.
You've got 2 of them?
Possibly.
Sure. He won't sell me one. Even though he isn't, in spite of the fact that he knows that I love them, the flipping Chaparral. What kind of friend is that?
That's part of the reason why I won't sell it.
See, I've got the Raphael Noble one, and I love this thing.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, but the chaparral, to me, it's very similar to the sage. The shape of the blade, it is
Yeah.
so bloody slicey, and it's so thin. The blade, it's incredible. It really is. You know.
Well, it'll be nice because you've got the ladies' version, and it would be nice to get the man's version now. Right, let's take a wee break here just for something completely. Have you finished? Sorry. Have you more to show?
No,
Well,
that's it.
I
11.
just drawing a point. I think MBEDC is making a point that watch yourself, Mikey. But MB,
Got to bring out those puppy eyes.
He is immune to the puppy dog eyes. Unfortunately, I got Gus at a moment of weakness, and it would never have worked on him normally. Mikey is hard. He's hard. He's completely. He's unbreakable. Is all.
For you to say that you got Gus in a moment of weakness, the man was close to death.
I know.
That's not weakness. That's like right headlock. Take him down.
Like a sniper coming out of the woodwork. He was just no chance.
He just popped up there, smacked him, and then just grabbed the knife and ran, didn't he?
Right. You know what? I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this.
Remember,
I cannot live with the guilt any longer. Because Gus is here, okay? Gus is here today, and he is asking. So here it is. This is the canoe, right? And I am saying it now. I'm sending this to Gus, and he can have it, okay? Because I cannot live with the guilt any longer. All right? It's official.
Gus, don't accept that he'll do it for the rest of his life. You'll never hear nothing but it.
He'll be banging on about that forever. Yeah. I gave Gus a knife. I'm wonderful.
Shut up, Mikey. Who invited you anyway?
You did.
Damn it. Another moment of weakness.
You just wanted to see Spyderco's, didn't you?
I did. What can I tell you? And you haven't disappointed, I have to say, Mikey. Thank you.
Well, there's no more on the radar, so I'm going to. That was basically I just spent my whole bonus that I got for like Christmas. I just on Spyderco's and Benchmades. So no more.
I'd really just want to interject here. I want to show people this knife to see what the reaction is to people. This is a Canadian maker that he rang me up last night and asked for just some advice about selling knives here in the UK. And we talked for far too long. And at the end of it, he's going to send me one over to have a look at it and show it to you lot. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, if you wouldn't mind, Judd, would you stick a picture up with a knife?
Well, I wish I could, but I don't have Instagram on the computer. So,
we just can't get the staff, can we?
Nah. Now, if you can WhatsApp me the photo, but then that would be asking too much.
Mikey's here.
Hold on a second. Talk amongst yourselves, and I'll see what I can do with it.
No.
Why have you not got Instagram?
Not on my computer. I've got it on my phone.
No. Yeah, on your phone, don't you?
Uh-huh. Hold on.
Holding.
Feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
Please hold the line, caller.
Your call is important to us.
Yes. We'll leave you here for 35 minutes with some really bad music.
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll do a really high-tech solution to this.
Hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, and there we go. Of course, my phone then decides to go into.
It's a video.
Yeah. You can't really see that blade. It doesn't do it justice. I'll get a picture sorted out for next week.
Look at that.
But it's a friction folder with an amazingly milled blade. It's just beautiful.
UK legal?
UK legal, yes.
Well, it looks a wee bit long to me, but you'd like to think so.
Yeah, no, but it is UK legal. That's definitely been confirmed. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth his while trying to sell it over here because that would put so many people off. I mean, it's not but it's not a dear one for being a custom knife. I think it's at a really reasonable price. It's going to be somewhere in the £170 mark, but you're going to get 20 CV. And when you see them milling on the blade, that is just to die for. It's amazing.
20 CV is meant to be a nice steel as well.
It is a lovely steel, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely steel. So it's on Instagram. If you want to go and check him out, it's all in small letters, _Iron_Joe. If you go on Instagram, you'll be able to get that video and see exactly how lovely it is. But he's going to come on here to the channel as soon as he sent me one over, and the week he sends it over, I'll have him on the channel. So it'd be nice to talk to him about how he got into it, because he just makes it in his own little workshop with garage, you know. So, but just a really nice guy, and it's really nice to have a maker ring you up and say, you know, can I have some advice? And then you end up talking, and there it goes. I think I've met somebody who I can definitely get on with.
Nice.
Thank God he's not in these countries, you know. It's across the water.
Across the pond.
Across the pond. The Shuck.
Across the Shuck. Yeah.
The big Shuck.
The big Shuck. It's funny, somebody was asking me, surely that's not the way you spell Shuck when I spell it out. In the beginning, when I spelled it right, if you'd have had the pronunciations that came from the way we write Shuck, the proper way, it was ridiculous. It was as if I had teenagers on pot. It was just... So I just changed it to SHUCK because it was so much easier.
Shock. Yeah. Shock. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, Gus, it'll be... I will be sending it around for people to do reviews. So, Gus, you'll definitely be on that list. As long as you don't go into hospital again. If you just let us know.
Don't feed into it. Don't feed into it. That kind of sympathy is honestly.
It doesn't work, does it?
It was just attention seeking at the time.
It just doesn't work, does it?
No, the fact that he nearly bled to death, Gus. Seriously, I hope you're good. All good now, Gus.
Eugene Krabs has got a thing there. He said he can make I don't know what that is.
Yes, please, Eugene. If you can send me the link, I can then bring it up.
What is it?
Imgur is it's a photo hosting site. So if he can get the photograph, he can put it up on the site.
Go on.
Okay, sorry. Let me ask the question again.
No, stop now. I'm confused completely. It's
No. Just ask the question again. I'll give you the appropriate answer. You don't need to know, Stephen. It's okay, love. You don't need to know.
Oh dear.
Oh,
I have only one finger left in my.
I love the pun that he's worked into that one as well. It's handy.
Judge, had to mute yourself. Have a drink.
I know, it's like bloody consumption, this stuff. It's just bizarre.
Right.
Everybody else heard about this upcoming 100-day cough thing?
Yeah, we were at the chemist yesterday, and the doctor who was giving us or whether it's a chemist was giving our injections was saying that Bangor is absolutely rife with COVID and flu.
Everywhere is, I think. Everywhere is.
I've never had it. All my children have had it, and my grandchildren, and me and Sally have never had it. And we're supposed to be the slightly elder people. Justin, have you got it yet?
Not.
Are we nearly there yet?
No, are we there yet? No, I'll wait for him to send me through the link if need be. But in the meantime, Mikey, do you have any Junesies there?
Not to hand, no. No, I'm afraid I don't.
Do you know?
I don't.
I haven't got a Junesy anymore either.
No, you don't.
I'll show you one that I haven't showed, I don't think yet. This is the Viper. It's Collector Knives edition. The easy open.
Oh, very nice.
And brown micarta with a beautiful big flat spear.
I do like a spear blade.
Again, this was a late night purchase because I don't normally purchase ones that have got double detent, and it arrived like that. It's a double detent, but it's quite a weak double detent. I don't have to use any real force, but it is a lovely knife, I'll have to say. Nonetheless, I mean, I have no fear of using it because if you're going to do something stupid, you deserve to be cut. It's dead simple. But it's a lovely knife.
If you do something stupid, you deserve to be cut.
You did that.
You did.
Oh, right. I was ready for a fight there.
How do I send the link?
There's a wee knife you would like to get with your small Spyderco.
What one's that one?
That's the Kiwi.
The Kiwi. Oh, okay.
The Kiwi.
They make quite a few small ones, don't they? Like the ladybug, the man bug, jester, dragonfly.
They used to make an awful lot, but this is really the most ugliest knife, but yet it's absolutely fantastic in hand. 4 fingers, and it's lovely little shot.
Fantastic knife, yeah.
Can I give you a wee? Tony's Ponies has a discussion question.
Serious question.
Yeah, basically he's posing it as an essay answer, so we're throwing it out there. Discuss.
Do we need to
put the
swedge to bed?
Because I want to talk about something.
It's definitely overused. I quite like a swedge. I don't mind a swedge.
I'm sorry, Tony. Never going to happen. I love a swedge.
Yeah, they make a blade look really nice.
I'll give you a reason for a swedge. There's a reason for a swedge right there. Look at that.
Need to get it. You're at an angle. You're stabbing us with it. That's it.
Oh, look at that swedge. It's just fantastic.
Actually, Harrison does one of the best swedges out, I have to say.
It really does. But here, just before we start to wind this up, I want to throw something out there because remember this? My 72, isn't it, Stephen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my GC 72 that I got, and then was bitterly disappointed too. And if Ghost is still in the house, he had exactly the same experience with this, simply because there was vertical blade rock on it, rock lock on it, and it was just, it spoiled the knife completely for me. Now, I fixed it. I did this. I fixed it. And
the man from HR.
I have to say, the man from the man from HR fixed it. Can't believe he did it. There was on one of the Facebook things. There was a guy who basically just talked you through the process of it, and I just thought, well, what the hell? I'll have a go. I mean, I'm only ruining a £140 knife from a GEC special knife. What the hell? What's the worst that can happen?
Hang on a wee second. A week before, he asked a very intelligent Irishman, could you fix that? I did offer. He refused to let me do it.
Yeah, and that was mainly because the process that Stephen was going to apply was to fix side-to-side blade rock, right? As opposed to back rock or up and down rock. So basically, I made the right decision every step along the way, in spite of the fact that I really thought that I was going to banjax this thing beyond all recognition. But the thing about it was I couldn't let it go because it's such a lovely knife. And I have to say, I've basically not had it out of my pocket since I fixed it. And all I did was put it into a vise like that. And you see the back edge of it? The back edge at where it joins the spring. I just tapped it slightly with a hammer. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to pin the back edge over just very, very slightly, so that when it locks up with the back lock, there's absolutely no room for movement at all. And there's a guy who does it on a video on YouTube, and I'll put the link on after the description, because it was fantastic. It was just a very simple solution. It took me less than 5 minutes to do, and it just was tap, 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 job done. And for anybody who's got a GEC or any other lockback like this, that has got a wee bit of rock lock on the vertical, that's the way to solve it. And I mean, it just transforms this knife. It is just one of my favorites now. So
Nice knife.
Ghost, if you're interested, give it a go. And I mean, we're talking very, very lightly. It's not an awful lot of work at all.
I
But
think
it's
that's
definitely
probably one of the best tips you're ever going to get. I mean, the amount of people with backlocks that have got rock, it's just unbelievable. I mean, that is an amazing tip.
Agreed.
Transformational, really. And honestly, Ghost, yes, my experience as with yours, absolute garbage up until that point. But give it a go. Honestly, what do you got to lose? Oh, as I say, $150 knife. I mean, come on.
Bang.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, my voice won't hang out for much longer, and we've already been going over an hour. Mikey, absolute pleasure seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And I mean, I think, Stephen, we could probably make this a monthly or every 2 months thing, just to catch up on. I think we probably have to do it weekly just to keep up with Mikey's buying habits.
No,
this was a particularly good week.
So when he starts trading, yes, that is the sweet thing.
I agree.
When he starts trading his good knives to us, then we'll bring him on often.
I agree, Mikey. I'll give you more than Stephen will ever do for that Power 3. Okay, so
I thought you was after a chaparral, but you've got one.
I've got a chaparral. I don't have a Power 3, but I'll wait until we get to Forest, and then we'll talk.
Okay, fair enough.
Boys, have you guys got anything else to add before we finish up?
No, I just enjoyed the crack. Thank you, everybody in the talk box for joining in, although we were a bit sort of selfish tonight and we kept Mikey to ourselves. Yeah, really enjoy the rest of your week, and thank you so much for joining in again.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Can I just say before we finish that if anybody hasn't already given Byron a subscribe on splitting slices, he's just starting up, and I think everybody's been giving shout outs to him, but if you haven't had a look at the Byron stuff, get over there and subscribe to him as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
okay?
It's funny. I think I done it last night. I think I seen it up on the Instagrams last night.
And I mean, as always, Byron's always got one of the last words. Mikey was just getting started. That's why we'll have to keep him to an hour, for crying out loud. Yeah. Boys, thanks very much. We'll call it a night there. All the best.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.